idea of our lives is to find our purpose, and the purpose of our lives should be to find a cause. We all, each of us, feel for some cause or the other we are passionate about, whether it is hunger, whether it is homelessness, animal cruelty, rapes, and a lot of other issues we feel for, like climate change. But how many of us take a plunge and do something about it? Very rarely we see. It's not that I'm pointing fingers, it's just that I want to just speak about individual social responsibility. We have heard and spoken a lot about corporate social responsibility, wherein a corporate house supposed to provide, some kind of a social support to the society. But how about my social responsibility? How about our social responsibility? We don't speak about it. Let me take you a little bit into my journey. I was 12 and there was a drive in the school to raise funds for an old age home. Hardly I knew what is an old age home, but it was a competition. I wanted to win that. I went door to door, collected funds, and I raised maximum funds. Won second prize, but I was not happy. The next year I raised more funds, and I think after that year onwards, I always won first prize. I still didn't understand what is an old age home. What is that cause? But I knew it is for some good. At that age, this was the little understanding I had. Unless I met those senior citizens in their old age home, I saw the smile on their faces and I realized what it is to give back to the society. That was a beginning, I had as a child. Then onwards, it was so motivating and overwhelming that I started teaching underprivileged children under the tree every summer vacations. My friends mocked at me. They said, we are going for swimming classes or singing and dancing or whatever, but you are teaching the children. I was not appreciated by some, but yes, most of them really encouraged me and really came forward and supported, because we hardly had pocket money to support the stationery and other things that age. So that was another beginning, I can say that. It was again very motivating. Then due to families, financial issues, I had to work. And I was doing my graduation from Delhi University at the same time. To support my family's financial needs, I took up a job as an air hostess because that was the fastest thing you could get, and some modeling assignments. At the same time, I was doing my graduation. But that eager kid in me, wanted to do more social work. But I was really, how do I say, not very financially in that comfort zone to do that. But life went on. I traveled the world and became part of the leading airline of India, Kingfisher Airline, which gave me a very big platform, to be there at the nascent stage. So I was doing very well then, and I took another major turn in my life that I met up with an accident victim when he was bleeding on the road. Nobody was picking him up. I took that particular victim to the hospital, and that person died in my lap, and the blood stains were all over me. And I was so helpless. I saw the apathy of the hospital also not treating him. Even when he was dead on my lap, I wanted him to be treated. I didn't know that he's dead. So I saw the poor infrastructure, health infrastructure, that really triggered me. I said, no, if I don't leave my job now and take up what I feel like, I'll never be able to do it. So in 2007, I quit my job and I found my foundation, which was working for various causes, because I supported the family of this particular accident victim who was a security guard. So I tried to reach out to the family, and I understood the plight of a widow and women in distress. So I started working on various causes, creating opportunities for women, economic opportunities. So getting them job as cab drivers and many, many other things I did closely with government, because I thought it will be a support to each other and it will give me a learning also, because I was doing my degree by then. And when I finished my degree, I was supporting the government. Another thing happened to me in 2012 when we all heard about Nirbhaya case. Everybody got jitters. Everybody felt for that girl. That was not the only case. Cases were happening before Nirbhaya also. The cases kept happening even after that. But there is, kind of say that, the straw on the camel, you know, there is a threshold. I think that threshold we had passed. So that is the reason, you know, everybody felt so agitated with the brutality she had gone through. So I also joined the protest at Jantar Mantar, and when we were there, when we got the news that she's no more, she couldn't be saved, I still continued the protest. I had my share of water cannons, tear gas too. I broke my leg during that protest because there was a confrontation between the police and the protesters. So everything we did, but I was still not, I was feeling very, very helpless even then. So lot of victims and other survivors started reaching out to this group at Jantar Mantar. They thought because they are protesting for this cause and they're continuing the protest even after it's been 30 days. So they started reaching out to us for support. So there was this 4-year-old girl who was raped in Delhi's, East Delhi's one colony, where we know the gory details. I don't want to disturb you with that. So I went to see this child in the hospital, in Delhi's government hospital. So when I went to see this child, 4-year-old, so I entered another room by mistake. I saw another child lying there. I asked the nurse what happened to her. She said she's also been raped. I said, why nobody is with her? She was a beautiful child, was unattended, lying in pool of blood, nobody attending to her. That really shook me so much. I kept going to hospital. Every single day, I kept getting new case. Those coming 4 years, I never even had opportunity to be at home. Every day I was out, either in the courtrooms or medical facilities like hospitals, or to the police station, or to the victim's house. So that was the thing I was doing for 4 years without even single day not getting any SOS calls. That was the time I established Pari, People Against Rapes in India. It's a campaign. It is not any NGO, you know. We wanted to keep it as a campaign and a movement that everybody can join. So we wanted to be a pressure group, you know, getting things done for the victims, not only getting things done for the victims, getting them justice. This is the overrating, but I'm just trying to say that getting them justice. But it is very difficult to get them justice. Nirbhaya took 9 years to get justice. We have so many Nirbhayas. So I can't even say that we get them justice, we be with them. That is what I can say. So we are also doing a lot of prevention and awareness programs as change makers. So Pari has many mandates, also advocacy, pushing the government to bring about new legal changes which are required, implementation, writing to all the authorities, all the time getting them compensation to whatnot. We have a huge mandate to complete. So this is what we've been doing, but the one thing which gave me very good, boost was that when Nirbhaya's juvenile was coming out from jail, because he was being released by the government and was also given a sewing machine and employment opportunity. That was a day I was sitting having coffee and I thought, this can't happen. He can't be out. We have to do something about it. So I started messaging all my friends because I recalled my protest days. I called them, I said, come, we have to sit outside the jail and stop this from happening. So to my surprise, because I thought we could gather so much of crowd, how many people will turn up? 5 people turned up. I sat outside the jail. I called Nirbhaya's mother and requested her to join the protest. The moment she joined the protest, it became huge and humongous. Luckily, the parliament was on. We were all like surrounded by media asking, what do you want? We said, this law has to change. Within 48 hours, that law got changed. Within 48 hours. So that was a real boost because we were called by leaders, all opposition leaders to current government, including PMO. So that was a real kick in the sense that I thought small efforts, small beginnings can turn into big things. Nowhere I'm saying that you should quit your lucrative jobs like me. You should stop doing business. No way. What I'm just pleading, and I'm not even boasting about myself, with a lot of humility, I'm just trying to say that do whatever little you can do being there wherever you are. It's not that you really have to give all of your time. But if at all we can just give little bit of time, efforts, money, or whatever, we can support each other, hold each other's hands, I think things will definitely going to change. That is the reason I spoke about individual social responsibility. Not single person can do this change. Now we have volunteer base of around 2 lakh people with us on board. Thousands of people working on ground. Whenever there is a case anywhere in India, we have our volunteers reaching out to the victim. Also doing a lot of awareness programs, as I said earlier. So, Seva Parama Dharma. We have heard in our textbooks, we have heard a lot about that. I can go on and on talking about feminism and gender equality. We all know that. I've spoken to few students and know that they are very, very much into it and they understand the thing. What I just want to tell you is that if I can really inspire one of you, I think this will be a greatest thing, because we have to pass on the baton. So Seva Parama Dharma, this is what we've heard, but we need to also take a pledge today that we need to start helping the victims right now, right here, right at this moment, and also work on prevention of this particular cause and any other cause which you think is close to your heart. You don't have to really, as I said, that go out of the box. Wherever you are, you can do education for a child or do whatever little you can do. So this is what I wanted to say, that we will never regret in our lives the things we do wrong. We will always regret things which we did not do right. So I think this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.